Yo guys, FX, welcome back to another video. We're just gonna go more into details with time and price. Stop looking at price as patterns. That's the first thing I'm gonna say. But today I'm gonna be showing you how time and price behaves based on specific sessions, right? I'm gonna be showing you how to pretty much understand why this moves like this are not completely random, even though they may not be reacting from any forms of PDRAs above price, right? I want to show you why price does this. Like it starts dipping lower randomly when we usually hitting or reaching the New York session. So this is specifically for the New York session because New York is distribution, right? I'm going to divide our ranges into quarters. This time I'm just going to do it manually like this, right? Then I'm going to do this one like this. So this first range is accumulation. This is London quarter. This is the Asia quarter. I don't know, I keep mixing them up, right? This is the Asia quarter, right? From midnight to 6 a.m. That is your manipulation quarter. Therefore, how it closes, that's what you're concerned with. Price goes high, goes low, either way, right? Then now from 6 a.m. to noon, which is 12 o'clock, this is your distribution phase. This is your distribution phase, right? Let's mark it out like this. Gatekeeping information. But that's your distribution phase. And you see the turns that tend to happen within price, right? They're completely not random. They pretty much fixed to time, whereby if you divide each one of these individual quarters, you will see that price reacts based on the second quarter or the third quarter, right? You can see right here, let me just do the others first and then we'll be refining that. This is Q3. This is, okay. Can you see that? There's always going to be two quarters that you want to be focused on because they are the ones that initiate distribution. Q2 is the most fundamental one to identify when you are looking to see where price is looking to go. And how do you identify that? Q2 will generally seek Q1's high or low, meaning that right now we are within Asia, right? If we can divide the Asia range into quarters like this, we'll be marking out the accumulation of Asia, right? We can make this stock like this. Let me even go to the 5-minute time frame, then we'll be focusing on that level. Forget everything else that's not within that range. We got this, right? This is Q1. This is how price behaves, right? Sell side. Does that make sense? In simple terms, one thing you want to know, half of Q2 heading to the full range of Q3. This is your true kill zone for each session or quarter, right? What do I mean by that? This is where price will generally react through its true nature, price, right? Therefore, price accumulates, right? Creates this accumulation range. It draws lower within Q2 to sweep the sell side right there. Then it reacts higher, right? And then this range moving higher like this from here, from its opening all the way to the end. This is your distribution range, meaning that you're caught up within this long. That happens within these 2 quarter ranges, right? But now generally, you want to either be involved trading your trades within each individual quarter like this. So if you're heading long, you don't want to be long within Q3 of Q2, or you want to be long within Q3 of Q3, right? Personally, I do not trade London, I do not trade Asia, but I'm just showing you the logic and showing you that it's universal to each and every, pretty much every quarter range. You understand? Right now we're on London. Same thing. Half of Q2 and a full of Q3, right? This is your kill zone, meaning that this is where price will most likely react, right? What does price do? Creates this accumulation range right here, which is Q1, right? Hovers lower, ranges. I explained this in the previous video. You go check it out. Then it goes lower within Q3, sweeps the Q1 low, and it also sweeps the previous session low. This is extremely fundamental. When price sweeps a higher time frame quarter range within Q3, this is where you want to get involved in, right? Usually on a high time frame, Q1 would be Monday, and then Q2 would be Tuesday, right? And then within Tuesday, New York time, price will tend to react. I'm going to show you that too as an example, right? Because this is extremely universal, right? But like now, within this range right here, this range is not random. Where within price is it reacting from? The third quarter of Q3, price starts moving higher, displacing, continues moving higher, right? I'm about to show you the same exact logic that applies when we're heading into New York, right? Price dipped within Q2 of this range, right? Pay attention. What did it dip from? The highest area within Q2 is within the Q3 range, right? So price draws low. If you want to see my jump box settings, they're like this. That's how they look. Yeah. And what does price do? Price, this is a model on its own, right? Price sweeps Q1, right? Price sweeps Q1, right? What does it do after? It sweeps the London high. We can put it like this. London high. Like that, right there. Sweeps our manipulation, it too becomes a sync with distribution, right? And now we're gonna go into detail within this range, and then let's see what happens. Let's go into the 1 minute time frame. Within this initial range, which is from here to here, right? We're gonna be dividing this into quarters. What does price do? We've got our accumulation right here, right? Let me just zoom in a bit. Price is not the cleanest. Let me even remove this. Now let's bring it back. It just looks cleaner like that. Okay. We got our accumulation, which was swept right here. So this is true buy side because it's an accumulation of this high right there, right? And then this range right here is our distribution within Q2. So this would be Q2's distribution range, right? Q2's kill zone. This is where you want to get involved when you're executing your trades. And how do you identify that? By a classic breaker if you want to trade breakers. If you're looking for favorite gaps within this price range, it does not present itself. So if you're executing on breakers, it will be valid. Kind of like the most obvious breaker you can see is that one right there. You can be like breaker block. I like breaker blocks personally. It's like a personal thing because I just like getting into price quick and whatnot. But yeah, that forms initiating shift in market structure, right? Goes back higher within Q4 of Q3, right? Hovers within this range right here, and then it draws back low. So you could have been within a trade right here with your stop above price, right? And what are you targeting? The previous session low, which would be right here, right? If you want to be fancy, you could have been targeting the previous day low, which usually New York tends to draw to, right? If I can show you that, let me just hide everything here. Let's do it like that, right? Let's go into the 1 hour time frame. This is our dealing range, right? This is our 1 hour time frame range. We're gonna be selecting from Monday, or specifically Monday Then we go back to Sunday 6, right? And then we're gonna be going into Monday 6 p.m. This is our dealing range, right? Then we're gonna divide this whole entire week range into quarters like this. Does that make sense? Okay. Monday's range was our accumulation, right? What happens? Its high gets swept right there, right? So that's true buy side swept. Tuesday became our manipulation that yields higher prices, which was this right here, right? Then Wednesday, which was yesterday, was Q3, became our distribution, initiating lower prices, right? That's why they say Monday or Tuesday would generally form the high or low of the week, right? So this is pretty much the low of the week. It's been swept within Thursday's range. That's what price draws to. Liquidity ranges like this. This is what ICT, I believe, was referring to when he's talking about the market maker model, right? How it's fractal and universal to every flipping thing, you know? This. So we just regard this as sell side. All this is based on time, right? Price is just an indication of what time is trying to tell us. You understand? And in this case, what happens? Today, which is Thursday, right, becomes a continuation right there. Okay, you see that? Let's just refine this. Let's just refine this a bit more, like that. So kind of like this is basically what I've been showing you guys for the whole entire video, right? Now, Mondays, they say you generally want to avoid because Monday is just forming an accumulation. So those days are usually the hardest to trade, right? Now, let's look at this right here, which is Tuesday. I want to show you something. Let me copy this because NASDAQ is in correlation with S&P 500, right? I'm going to show you how these things do not hide from you. Just got to find them. Let's do it like that. And then say apply. Then we're going to copy the layout, right? Then we can come to the 1 hour time frame. Right there. Nah, this is not it. Believe it's remove everything. I believe it's S&P 500. Okay. Let's paste everything. Then set it to its initial, the correct time. Right? Which would be 6 p.m. the previous day, which is right here, right? And then we can just drag everything lower, right? I'm confusing myself right here. Let's just sketch it out manually. Okay. See this low right here, this low, and this low. This is an SMT divergence, right? Which is high probability indications for potential reversals, right? So you see that price fails to sweep the Monday low, right? But if you can pay attention on S&P 500, it does that, right? And now pay attention to how it actually does that. This is the 2-day open, which is this is Asia, right? And then this is the close, right? Within S&P 500. Let's make this like this. If I divide this into quadrants, right? I guarantee you that's going to be within Q3. Look. Starts reacting off Q3, but it fails to right here. Still does not surprise you. So what did price do? Price swept the previous quarter low, which was Monday's low, right? Like this. Sweep the previous quarter low, sell side. Like that, right? Then what happened? Asia becomes an accumulation. London becomes a manipulation. New York becomes a distribution, right? And then the next quarter becomes a reversal. You understand? That's the least our concern. So in this case, S&P 500 is cleanest between both, but trades could have been utilized on both, right? Now, this is how we broke up Monday, right? We're gonna go back into NASDAQ and break down yesterday. The same logic I just explained to you. Look, Monday's reversals, right? Let's go to the 15-minute time frame just so that we get cleaner quarters. This is the Asia range, right? Just ignore what's going on here. This is our manipulation range, right? Then Q3 becomes our distribution range. This is the characteristics of price. These things, once you understand time, they do not hide from you, right? And then the PM session does whatever it likes. But usually within the PM session, you just look to see price sweep the New York launch range, high or low, within the same way, right? So right now, we want to focus on what happens within Q3, right there. This is not random. Let's divide this range into quarters. Like this. Price is within Q3, right? Hope you guys are seeing the logic and understanding. Price accumulates within the first quarter of New York, right? Within the second quarter, it manipulates, right? Within the third quarter, it distributes, goes its initial true direction, right? These things, like I repeat, they do not hide from you when you understand what you are looking for within price, you know? And then the PM becomes a continuation. This part's not perfect, so this is, right? So this is the exact same thing I just showed you on just a lower time frame, right? Price sweeps the accumulation, manipulates, draws higher. Same thing here. This upper ranges is the same thing that's going on here, right? If you can pay attention, this whole entire move, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, continuation. It's the same thing that's happening here on a day basis. Monday accumulates, Tuesday manipulates, Wednesday distributes, Thursday continues, right? Same way within this range, the same exact logic. Let me remove this. What does price do? It ranges, it accumulates, and then distributes, begins its distribution within Q2 of the manipulation range. And then we get our true distribution within the distribution range of London. This is the characteristics of price. The minute you can understand this, bro, I'm telling you, just gotta learn how to also implement it, because it's useless knowing, but you can implement. After price seeks Monday's low, right, which is the accumulation, the market maker series model where price creates a consolidation. Let me just show you what I'm referring to. Price, right, will generally range. Then it manipulates, targeting a specific PDRA, and then it's gonna drop back steady, back to the range like this. This is the market maker model. This is what price is always doing on every time frame, on everything. This is what it's always doing, right? Same way here. Price accumulates, manipulates, distributes, goes back into this range to sweep this low. It just goes further because its true initial target is Monday's low, because that's where the market maker began, right? Same way within this range above here, right? Above here, the same exact logic. The charts are getting a bit messy, but hopefully you understand what I'm referring to, right? Price accumulates, it manipulates, it moves higher, draws back lower, targeting this Asia low. This accumulation, right? On higher time frame, it just goes further because it was targeting this accumulation, right? Accumulate, manipulate, distribute back into this range. So this is pretty much happening every time, every second. You understand? Now let me go back to S&P 500 so I can break down Monday, because it was cleaner there. This is why you want to be looking at multiple time frames at once, right? I'm going to try explaining this right here. Price accumulates, manipulates, distributes, right? Simply, also how I do this, I've pretty much made an indicator. It's private, but I'll provide it to a specific selected few individuals who wants to, pretty much use it. I'm just going to use this one as a base for now. Right. Same logic here. Price accumulates, manipulates, distributes, reverses, right? Now let me copy this back into NASDAQ, right? And then we can remove everything. Can remove all drawings. Then we want to go back to Monday. We can even use this range right here. Yeah, that's the exact one. This is Tuesday's range. That's Monday's range. Price accumulates, manipulates, distributes, continues, right? Price accumulates, manipulates, distributes, targeting the previous session low. This right here, it too is not random. You can set it out like this. Let's remove that. If you want this, just hit me up on Twitter. Then we'll discuss it from there. Not random, is it? At that specific high. Price accumulates, right? Let me remove everything else that might just mess up the charts, Price accumulates. We're now currently within a manipulation range, right? Which is Q2. Accumulates, manipulates. It manipulates because it closes higher than this accumulation range. It moves way higher to drop back lower. You get your displacement right there. And then the PM session becomes, the fourth quarter becomes a continuation. Where is it drawing to? This accumulation low. From there, where is it going to? Sell side. Down there, which is Monday's low, right? All this is kind of like building blocks that you see from higher time frame all the way to a lower time frame. This is kind of like how you set up bias based on time and price. I'll be going into like more details about it within the next coming few videos. Pretty much just explaining everything and adding a few more refinements and a few more notes, right? But for now, I feel like we kind of like scratch the surface in understanding how price books, right? So if you need the indicator, just hit me up on Twitter. My Twitter is on the description. And then, yeah, we'll discuss it from there. Hopefully you found this insightful. And yeah, man.